Hi, love.
Hi.
A quick one.
Okay.
So I was listening to one of your conversations recently, and I had you tell someone that poverty is a prison. How do you explain that?
That poverty is a prison.
Yes.
Okay, you need to know how a prison operates. A prison is a psychological arrangement because they know that man's greatest pursuit is freedom. So what a prison does, it denies you all the simple freedoms you may want to access. Look at it. You are not going to eat your favorite food. You're not going to visit your favorite place. You're not going to be with your favorite people when you want them. You're just going to be with people you never chose to be with, in a place you never chose to be with them, surrounded by long walls. So if you look also at poverty, poverty is a prison. It is denying you the freedoms. If you're poor, you won't eat the meal you want. You won't go for a holiday you want. You won't stay in a home you want. You won't take kids to the schools you want. You won't dress up in the clothes you want. And you won't use the perfume you want. So, in other words, what poverty is doing is just denying you the things you want. And even when you start pursuing money and working for the money, you're working for longer hours because you have no choice. Now, we intend to tell people that one of the ways to get their freedom back is to be able to differentiate between an asset and a liability. An asset can be defined as anything that brings you to freedom. That anything that brings you to freedom financially. For example, you see things that bring in money. As long as something brings in money, it is pushing you. It's pushing you towards freedom. And as long as something is taking money away from you, it means it is putting a hamper, a bottleneck, an inhibition towards freedom. So a liability will pull you away from freedom, whereas an asset pushes you to freedom. And how would you know? For example, if I bought a car, and I want to tell people that liabilities are hiding in our desires, I would want to solve a transport problem. But the question is, how do I solve the problem? Do I buy a car to take me from place A to B? Or do I buy a car to take me from place A to B, but also making people whisper about the car, about the size of the car? So
Both.
So people need to know the kind of problem they are solving. Otherwise, they will end up buying liabilities. So you get a car that is a guzzler. The whispering car. The people will talk about it. But at the end of the day, it's taking a lot of fuel. It requires a lot of maintenance. It takes a lot of money for service. And when it is when it has a mechanical problem, it needs a purely expert, an expert who will charge a lot. So the Bible verse John 8:36 is saying, so if the Son sets you free, indeed you will be free. You get the idea?
Yes.
So if the Son sets you free, you will indeed
be free.
Be free.
There's a song, by the way.
So the word they used in setting you free is from a Greek word, eleutheros. Eleutheros is to be free, to be exempt, to be liberated. So we tell people that they can get assets, the things that will set them free and liberate them. You buy, for example, instead of buying a car for driving, you buy a car and you convert it into a business, a transport business, to bring in money. And at the end of the day, when you have more things that bring in money and less things that take away the money, your assets will be higher than your liabilities, and you'll be free.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.